Hello out there in YouTube world, it's Zan Harold. So happy to be back with you guys. I apologize for those delays. I have some very important business I have to take care of. However, today we're going to talk about the importance of being fit while being a prepper. We always talk about how it's important for us to stack up on these supplies and how it's important for us to stack up on food, how it's important to be out the city and to have ample enough water and to be off the grid. But to me, one of the main important steps and things to do as a prepper is to be fit, is to be in shape, because as you can see, we're all dealing with this crisis these days with the pandemic, or they say plandemic, with the economy failing. And we see that there's an uptick in crime in the cities. Oh, I mean, terribly. Every time you turn around, you're hearing about all these tragic murders and all these crazy things that are occurring. Which they occurred before, but now it's more than ever. Everybody's talking about it. God forbid the grid goes down, you're in the city, or you could be in the rural area. That grid goes down, even if you have your own solar panels, you have your own energy supply, whatever, and you have people coming for your things. People coming because they're hungry, because they're thirsty, or they may need something that you may have, and you think just because you have a gun that keeps you protected. What keeps you protected is the ability to make wise decisions fast, and also being fit. Where if your gun is in the other room and you're in one room and you getting up, you can hardly breathe, maybe because you're smoking all those cigarettes, or maybe because you just don't take out the time to exercise 15 to 30 minutes a day. It doesn't really take a lot to exercise, you guys. When I get up in the morning, you have to make it a habit. Start making it an everyday habit, exercising. When you get up, you may pray first. I don't know, I do. And after that, you might brush your teeth first. I don't know. One of the main things you want to do, and one of the first things you want to do when you wake up in the morning, is begin to stretch. A lot of the animals do this. We as human beings, we're the only ones that don't do things that make sense these days. And I think that's why our world is giving up on us, because we don't do things that make sense. You have to stretch your body. And along with stretching, do some exercise, do some sit-ups, do some push-ups, It doesn't really take a lot. Once you become and you get in the habit of doing this, do it for like 3 days, then do it for 7 days. Before you know it, it becomes a habit. They say after you do some things for 21 days, it becomes a habit. Try to do it for 21 days. It's easy, and you're going to see that you're going to feel better. You will last longer during your day. I know a lot of people in the South, because everybody in the South, they use cars. They walk around like they Frankenstein, or like they're a robot, like, because their body is so tight and tense. They can barely walk around because they don't stretch their legs. Something as simple as trying to touch their toes or sit in a straddle-like position on the floor and just stretch. Go from the right leg to the left leg to the center. They won't even do something as simple as that. They'd rather walk around all stiff while they're going into McDonald's or some fast food restaurant. Not trying to talk down on anybody, but I'm just saying, you guys, the body that we have is the only one that we have. So it's imperative that we take care of our body. You can't protect your preps and call yourself a prepper if you're not in shape. It's just not going to happen. What if you have to run? What if you're down the street from your house and all hell breaks loose and your family's at home and they're being raided or attacked by a mob gang who's coming to get your stuff? We know there's a lot of bad people out there. And you can't get home fast enough. You're not in your car or whatever. You can't get home fast enough because you can't run. You're out of breath. It's imperative to get in shape right now. And you'll be surprised how fast it'll take your body to resume this type of pattern to get on this type of, to form this habit. Really, really, really easily. Once you start doing it and start drinking a lot of more water. We have to take care of our bodies, you guys. And what we put into our bodies is very, very, very important. Yeah, a lot of us can't afford to eat healthy. Okay, well then go down to 1 meal a day. That's another thing. We're facing food shortages. They're already here. I don't want to hear nobody talking about they're coming. They're here. They're already here. I had to recently travel to another city and state, and I did it the way I did it. I went into every city that we went into, every major city that we went into that we had to pass through. I went downtown to like their bus and train stations. The food is out. They won't even serve people food. Isn't that crazy? Now those people can pack up those trains and bus stations, but they can't be fed. The food is gone. There's no longer a restaurant. The restaurants are there, but they're gated in. So, since we're also facing food shortages, try to eat 1 time a day. Bring that food intake down. Not only you'll save yourself a lot of food, but you'll be in better shape. Way better shape. So you guys, we have to really take this seriously these days and times, because I'm expecting the big shebang. Do I want this big shebang to happen? A lot of you may think what's already occurred with this pandemic and the economy is already the big shebang. I feel like something bigger is coming, and we all need to be prepared for it. You can go to zanherald.com. I have plenty of non-perishable foods on there on my website. Generators, PPE, protective gear. Or you don't have to get it from me. I tell you all the time, just get it.